And here we are. Whoops, tabletop audio just wants to chat. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. So, you guys started a underground fight club with a town's guard.
Yeah.
And we watched Ryan's house yesterday.
It went surprisingly well. They said they'll
Yeah, who's gonna come break it up?
Dogs.
You know, it's a plan with no holes.
None. I see no way for it to fail.
Yeah, not at all. So yeah, you awaken the next morning, a little beat and bruised, but overall.
Speak for yourself. I slept like a fucking rock.
Yeah, Phineas never slept better in his life. He's having a great time. I would imagine the John Jacob Jingleheimer clan went back to their large Jingleheimer hall.
Yeah, the Jingleheimer Hall, I like that. No. Jingleheimer.
Jingleheimer.
Gee.
That's it.
Jingleheimer.
Obviously.
It's a beautiful thing.
Everybody gets to level up.
You got the money for it.
You got 2K on it.
I mean, I
Now I
got.
just need another 8K.
And don't forget to split your earnings with your henchmen.
We get paid, kind of.
It's just going to go to you when you die, so it doesn't really matter. But
Right. They still get paid. They're level 2.
mhm.
Actually, one of them's almost level 3. Because I gave him a bonus.
Paid henchmen, it's a good thing to have.
They don't do anything, but they get paid decent. And they don't get put in danger directly anyway.
Right?
I'm not paying you guys to fight. I'm paying you to hold this torch.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise,
That's why they're still in their base gear. I really need to get Josephine some armor though. She's wearing her church cloths in the dungeon.
way up. So it's early morning. The moon has... What are you doing? What are you doing? You've got that shit-eating grin on your face, Prof. What'd you do? Yeah,
Legitimately nothing.
All right. I might just be getting jumpy.
You did something.
I'm legitimately talking to people in my dumb little idle game about a new feature that just came out. I was like, I'm glad the developer found a fun new way to make some money.
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
That's not a first ed thing.
Oh no, this
I
is
rolled an 18.
IRL.
Oh,
We're playing the game within the game that's outside the game.
We on the game.
I lost the game.
Yeah, you know what happens if you
Oh.
die in D&D? What'd you get, Lars?
Slytherin.
Oh. Man.
Am I supposed to roll too?
No.
Uh,
So what do you guys
I
want to do?
rolled a 3. for
You
the
got a
life
3.
check.
Oh no.
3 for my life check.
Well,
Phineas is gonna go shopping.
okay. What would you like? Where do you want to go?
I would like to procure a flask and some alchemic equipment to set up a lab.
So you could certainly purchase a flask at one of the taverns, maybe the Flask and Scroll Tavern, probably also at the general store.
Which one has nicer ones? Since he's kind of bougie.
I mean, the bar probably has something kind of fancy if you're looking for, something that says like Muntberg. Drinking town with a tourist problem.
That actually sounds perfect.
Okay. So you enter the Flask and Scroll Tavern. It's ran by Maciot.
Hello, Mac.
And he welcomes you in, offers you food and drink if you so choose. It seems a little bit fancier than the Green Dragon. More of a dinner atmosphere.
Yeah.
There's a couple of patrons, families eating. There are some guardsmen sitting and eating at a table. You recognize one of them from... Oh, you don't recognize them, you weren't there.
Do any of them have any bruises on their face?
One of them. He's got kind of
I will.
a light black eye.
Who pissed you off?
He just looks up at you. What's it do ya?
A simple question.
Mm,
I meant no harm by it.
I fell down the stairs at the main gate. Hit my
Wait,
eye on
stairs
a
at the gate?
doorknob. Bottom.
Grog's just in the background staring.
I didn't know we had stairs at the gate.
Oh,
You should
he's
watch your
dying.
step, though.
That's what the head guard said. He said, watch your step, kid.
That tracks. He's such a nice person.
He's
He
stern,
wouldn't hurt a fly,
but
unless it
fair,
was a hostile fly.
much like my first wife.
Hey, how's she doing?
She's dead.
Oh,
She was slain by an orc.
right.
It was horrific.
So Mac, buy this man a drink, and I would like to buy a flask.
Okay. That'll be 2 silver pieces for the ale here. Would you like one as well?
Just put it in the flask,
I can do that.
and I'll take it to go. I'm sure the rest of my companions have stuff to do before we leave, so I'm not going to hold them up too much.
So you purchase a pretty high quality steel flask. On the front of it, it has kind of a mountain scene with like a little town and the words Muntberg with their kitschy little motto underneath it. That'll be 5 silver for the flask, so we're looking at counts on his fingers. 9 silver in total.
Let me save you the trouble, and he'll slide a gold.
Oh, thank you. And one of what you could assume is maybe one of his children runs a pint of ale out to the guards table. He holds it up, kind of nods at you.
I'll do the same. Careful of those stairs, lad, and I'll head out.
Here's that other tavern.
Ooh. Why have they been going there, bro?
Because it's
Nice.
the Inn of the Green Dragon.
I don't need an inn, I have a house.
Yeah.
Phineas has found a new bar.
Well,
Then I'm gonna go look around town to go find some lab equipment.
Let's see if anywhere in Muntberg really carries it.
If not, I'll go to the alchemist and get a setup from her.
Yeah, aside from what she has currently set up, you might ask her about it. So
I
you're
will.
gonna go back to what's her name also? Other notes. I'm looking at 5e shit. Okay. So you knock on the door, and she does the same kind of skittery notion as she opens it, looking around, eyes widening, darting from side to side.
Just me.
Oh, get in.
I do. And I will down my flask to the appropriate proportion and slip the Azoth in there after the door's closed.
She kind of eyeballs you doing it. She has a considerably kind of sunken complexion. She's incredibly kind of pasty white, and the bags around her eyes have kind of sunken, turned almost a kind of a sickly gray color.
You should try to get some sleep.
Sleep. I slept yesterday.
It's not- He takes a drink from the flask. And then offers her some.
She gladly takes
Wait.
it from you, but you can tell that she kind of holds herself from just pulling it out of your hands. There's something almost animalistic about her reaction.
Let me just cut straight to the chase. I'm looking for some equipment. If you have any extra.
Well, you might be able to purchase some. Take some time
Well, of course.
before the caravan
I wasn't-
arrives.
Gonna just expect you to give it to me, even though after all we've done for you.
There's something I've been thinking about. Something I think you should see. After all your time spent down in the mountain, have you seen any piping? Anything
We have
running what we've been distilling?
a rudimentary version for the raw stuff, but that's about it.
Well, and she looks around. the dwarves were notorious for their refinement. This back when they occupied the mountain, and I wonder if they left anything behind. Perhaps something we could use.
Well, the Jingleheimers are pretty close to the dwarves here in town. They're actually the ones that made the mechanism for us in the first place.
Yes, quite good at what they do. It's a surprise that they haven't overtaken me in their brewery, or in their brewing output, but they just don't seem as inclined to make a sale with the people of Dwimmermount. Kind enough to let them stay, I suppose, but just ale from them. I would, but I put myself
People
out of a
pay?
job.
I haven't had to pay a single drink from them. Weird.
Well, if you're friends of the dwarves, I'm sure you could drink for free, but I don't know if any of them would have worked with the Azoth directly. They might know of when, perhaps, and where it was done. And if that's so, perhaps we can recreate what they had done. Our outputs would be better, and to worry so much about refining it in town here. Not that I'm worried.
Of course. I will keep an eye out and make subtle inquiries next time we meet.
Do be safe out there.
As safe as one can be.
She looks
The closest I've come to death, though, has been here in town, strangely enough, as he has a flashback to the orc raid.
Doesn't surprise me, though the raids seem to have settled. Especially considering those damned wolves.
Yes, strange, indeed.
Have you
At least
noticed
the
the
moon's
moon?
starting. Yes, it's actually
Prof,
starting to
muted.
wane. It's actually starting to
probably
wane
aren't-
now.
Aren't many orcs left after the werewolves.
I'm sure they've
Yeah.
been busy with the were creatures lurking about. That being said, now that the moon's back in its normal phasing, seemingly, hopefully the sightings will die down. Alright, how much for the equipment, and I'll put a down payment down.
Have to check. Don't worry about the payment just yet. If you're serious, I'll inquire. I need to be careful about it, especially since I already own the equipment. Try and convince them that I need replacement parts. See what we can.
Of course. I'll leave it to you then.
Very good.
Do you have a back door to the shop, by chance? No?
There's a window.
And I propose a coded knock so you don't spook yourself every time I come to visit.
She says, "Ah, I have just the thing."
Got it.
And she kind of
Well-
scurries off to continue what she was doing.
Alright. I will hopefully see you soon. I feel we're headed out here shortly, so let me go find the rest of the
Oh,
lot.
great Odin's raven!
Knowing them, they probably had some drunken adventure during our so-called vacation, and are sleeping off a hangover.
Yes, see that they don't get themselves arrested.
I
We don't
will
want any
do my
prying
best.
eyes.
Right. Then I'm gonna slip out the front door and head to Blackstrands because it's closer.
Yeah.
That's where I'll go.
So here's the bar. Gonna tootle down this road. Here's the here's Jingleheiim and Blackstrand.
Jingleheiim.
Then I'll stop at Jingleheiim first.
Oh.
Not
It
even
is-
to bother knocking. I'll just walk in.
Is anybody home at Jingleheiim?
I mean, there's probably about 20 John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmids around, just doing stuff. We're a big family, you know.
Hello, boys. It's John Jacob, and then he'll trail off. Are my traveling companions here?
They start coming down the stairs.
Ah, there you are.
Thank you.
We're just about to come find you, yes.
What happened to your face?
That's rude.
Well, I just was noticing the bruise. That's all.
Oh.
Nothing like demeaning.
I tripped and fell down the stairs.
Did you hit your eye on the doorknob too?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I can still see. I think that
Funny.
might, like, damage your eye.
well, the guard at the Flask and Scroll had some similar bruises and said he fell down the stairs by the gate, which I didn't know we had stairs by the gate, and hit the doorknob.
How do you think they get up to the watchtower?
Oh, he didn't say anything about a watchtower. That makes much more sense. Well, came to collect you guys. I assumed we're headed out soon.
I mean, yeah, that's my plan. Oh,
Makes sense.
I gotta go see the dwarves.
Funny you mention that. I do too.
Cool, Grog, stay here. We'll be back.
We'll get
So
the Blackstrand brothers, and then go see our dwarf friends.
You notice Lars has a pretty solid bruise on his face.
As soon as I see him, let me guess, you fell down some stairs.
No, actually, me and Tars were sparring. I was teaching him how to punch people.
Oh. Your love for violence never ceases to amaze me.
Never.
Ever tried picking up a book?
A what?
Well, yeah, but like, you're gonna ruin it when you hit someone with it. It's not a very good weapon.
Oh, Lars just stands there confused because he doesn't know what a book is.
Never mind. Do you have your things collected? We're gonna go see the
Yes.
dwarves. Perfect.
Tars is shaking his head in disappointment. He's like, and this is my family. We are ready.
So you guys enter the home of the dwarves, and two of them are chasing each other up the hallways, kind of throwing like pieces of food, raw flour, just whatever the hell they're carrying at each other. And they kind of circle around to the back. You see that several of them are, again, seated in the dining area, eating some breakfast. You say, "Aye, here on business again, is it?"
Yeah, just
Yes,
about to be.
actually.
That's what we've come to see you about.
Oh, what can we do for you lads today?
Oh, I believe there was a piece we'd commissioned with you.
Oh, yes. It should be ready. Oh, if not late last night, sometime early this morning. And it was the...
Suit armor for Grok.
That's right. And two of the dwarves come from the back room. What was it? Durfer, or whatever the hell his name was. Kind of the dopier one, carrying a bulk of the armor set. And they lay it out on the floor. Finest orc armor that you'll see. I can promise you that.
I never specifically told them it was for an orc.
Oh,
I just
that's
gave
right.
them- I gave them measurements that we needed the armor to be.
Finest
If they
giant
did-
armor
if it-
that you'll ever see.
If they deduced that it's orc armor and still wanted to make it for me, then that's fine. I was not going to ask them to make armor for an orc, you know? Like,
To be fair, they probably would have. They would have had a problem.
that's why I was not going to ask them to do that. I was just going to have them make armor of these dimensions, and then oh no, it happens to be on an orc.
The man that wears this, it will be incredibly hard to fell him in any sort of combat. You'd need some sort of dwarven artillery, or worse, something crafted by the elves.
Good to know.
Excellent to know. I mean, which one of you boys is in charge here? Head of house sort of thing. I would like to discuss something with you.
And three of them raise their hands, say, "Oi, that'd be me." Two of them kind of turn and start brawling with each other immediately, and the one kind of older, gray-haired looking dwarf just looks you dead in the eyes, kind of shaking his head.
I will assume you are the one I'm looking for. Here, try this, and I'll hand him my flask. I have questions, and you may just be the one to answer them for me.
And he takes the flask from you, pops the lid, takes a deep sniff of it, and looks at you. Knocks it back, swishes it around in his mouth. Aye, I bet you do have some questions. Let's talk in the back.
I will follow
And-
him to the back.
He gets up, taking his plate of food with him, and leads you to kind of a office, or what was used as an office at one point. There's scrolls and carvings and just kind of heaps of looted items. So, how'd you come about this?
I made a promise I would not reveal my sources, but through extensive research, we have figured out how to accomplish this,
That's fair.
which leads me to you.
Any man in your trade would do the same, as long as they're intelligent enough. It's quite good. Whoever's producing
Yes.
it, that's what they're doing. I might
Well-
tell you, I do recognize the ale.
Yes, yes.
I will say
I'm
no.
sure it would be better with yours, of course. But
He kind of looks around, making sure none of the other dwarves hear him. Leans in. Ale is ale.
that's fair. For the common folk such as myself, though. it's come to my attention that certain workings were made in Dwimmermount to better process this, and I was wondering if you had any knowledge or such on where it might be within Dwimmermount, or if it's able to be recreated.
Why am I getting doubled up? Oh god.
Fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberry.
Holy god. I don't know why it's doubling up again, but just do a quick look so I don't set you in the wrong direction.
I was just about to say something to you, B. I mean, I actually did say something to you, but I was muted, so like, I realized when you messaged me that that I was muted.
See, I knew what you were thinking.
Yeah.
Full loaded. I'm ready.
Smoke high time.
Yep, I think so. So, back when I was young, much of our family spent their time. When I was a young, spent much of their
He
time
was a young dwarf.
refining Azoth for some of the various alchemists, as well as Kars Carmax himself. On the level under where we first became acquainted in Dwimmermount, there's a laboratory with many remnants scattered throughout. A lot of it's been picked clean, but you might be able to glean some information as to how they had done it. And deeper yet, within Dwimmermount, is the reservoir that they had used. The amount of Azoth that you might be able to acquire from those depths is vast. It will surpass anything that you've pulled thus far. However, it's incredibly dangerous. We've barely scoped out the lab the last couple of months since the door was reopened.
And what did you find down there?
Well, for two of my brothers, death. Fortunately.
Yes.
The storage chamber is mostly destroyed. The vials and steel hatches shattered. The machine itself that they had used has been disassembled and scattered. Couldn't find any parts, and in the machine room, attacked. So, fortunately,
By what? We would like to know what we would be facing if we're going to this.
I mean, that was part of the initial question. So I was waiting for him to get there.
I apologize for.
well,
No, you're good.
there's ghouls and scavengers from what we've seen. I assume there's some sort of vampire taking up lair, either on the laboratory itself or the other.
Yes, we encountered a white not too long ago.
I see. If that's the
I don't
case, I
think
wouldn't be
he's any
surprised.
association to that, though. He did seem to be of his own
Yeah, the spirit was
time.
its own mind.
Where we got this brooch, and then I'll show him.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm surprised we didn't find that ourselves. Good on you. We also slayed many an orc down in the laboratory levels.
Well, I could tell you where it's at.
The red ones, yes.
There's still a substantial amount of collectibles he has in his vicinity.
He is still present.
And he's
however.
still very much alive. We
Well, I mean,
used a touch of magic and robbed him blind, as one would say.
Let's see, well, perhaps it would be best if we return him to peace. And he puts a hand on his silvered axe at his side.
I'll give him the location of the white. Just remember us when you collect your treasures.
Very well, and the door is open. We stumbled upon it, but couldn't get it unlocked. We even tried to rig an explosive in front of it. There's nothing we could do.
oh,
How did we get it open, guys?
well, it was open when we came upon it.
It was already open when we got there.
Hmm.
Strange.
There
Someone
was another
must
group
have...
that had opened it.
Oh, I see. How did they fare?
They thought they wanted to rob us of our belongings on the way out.
Ha! I see. Well, glad they didn't.
No, Hoffer Conunga blesses those faith.
You guys told the dwarves about the goat?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had the
that-
statue commission from dwarves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys had... Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they made the statue. They already know about Hoffer Conunga.
He smiles. Yes, yes. Good. Well, see that you take his blessing and move carefully if you do intend to head into the laboratory. If you find anything useful, let me know. Perhaps we'll accompany you eventually. Our morale is improving, but after two of the brothers passing, we're well enough off here. It's necessary that we return to the mountain.
Well, whenever you do decide you wish to return to the mountain, we count you as ally. So this should be knowledge shared between allies. We would expect you to share some knowledge description that would be good enough to find it, but I don't know if I'm like exact directions to it.
He leans in close on the table. I know. I just haven't told the boys about it. My grandfather dug that entrance.
Well,
Very nice entrance.
we capitalized on it quite free. So
You have.
many thanks to your grandfather.
Yes, he was quite intelligent. And a bit eccentric. I like to... Oh, is it? Oh, is it mine or is it Discord?
I think it's just props. Because I hear it too. Not over in the Discord call, but the
Oh,
echo from the stream.
Oh,
Hear
am I
just a
coming
little
through? Am I coming through like a robot? Sayonara.
Oh wow, that's
Third
much
nugget.
worse. But yes.
I prefer that the boys get to relive the old days and enjoy the northern portion of Dwimmermount. The caves are decrepit and swarming with gnolls these days.
Yes.
Well,
They won't be a problem if John Jacob Jingleheimer's with us. They believe him to be some kind of war god now.
oh. Would you look at that?
They will literally throw themselves at his feet and do anything he asks.
It is
And I mean anything.
quite amazing.
It's outstanding, really.
I was actually managed to save ourselves from a Drider lair by collecting some of them and offering them in exchange for our release.
Hmm.
And they did so without question. Granted, they didn't know what they were getting into.
The meat's awfully tough and gamey, but I suppose spiders don't.
So the spiders care not.
Let us know what you find. We may end up checking on that white treasure hoard after all, if there's anything remaining.
There's quite a collection remaining, I can assure you.
Nicely done. Well, that might be enough to rouse the boys to give it a second try. We'll see. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Have a drink with me.
You do that. I don't think he ever handed the flask back to you.
I don't think he did either.
Yeah.
And
He
my
looks in his
flask.
hand, takes a sip, and hands it back to you.
Takes a sip, screws the lid on, puts it in his vest. Oh yeah, your flask. Reaches in his other vest pocket, pulls out another flask, and hands it to you.
Is
The
this
extra
flask
sip was
nicer?
their delivery tax back to you.
Well, yeah, it would be a nicer flask, but it's got just like ale.
Okay, and
Unfortunately,
alright, I'll
just
take his flask.
No, he doesn't swap your flask. He knows what's in it. He knows damn well at this point you need it.
I mean, it's not like I can't make more.
Literal barrels.
Wouldn't want to leave home without it.
Oh. So yeah, shall we head back towards the Dwimmermount?
Aren't we gonna get your brother first
Well, yeah,
and then head out?
that's part of heading towards the route.
Right.
Well, as always, good sir, thank you very much for the services and the hospitality. Look
Absolutely.
forward to seeing you upon our return.
Feel free to grab a handful of biscuits, anything you'd like on the table there on your way. Those two haven't knocked over the table in their damn fight yet. They act like I'm already dead.
I mean, yeah, that's the obvious. May your reign last another 2 generations. Really pissing off.
He stands up super quick, bumping the desk he's sitting behind with his belt, kind of jostling everything on it. He's just like, I'll see that it does.
I can help with that.
I
Maybe.
just might. Be careful in there. What you find.
We shall.
And on my way out the door, I scoop up, like, biscuits. Like, a lot of them.
It's got pocket biscuits.
Yeah. I get home and I start pegging my brothers with them. And, round everyone up. We get Grog suited up. As well as, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. So I don't normally wear the armor around town. And then, yeah, we ready to go.
And what are you taking with you? As far as like your cart, animals, etc.
The cart, the goats, the mules.
Oh, yeah, I have a goat. Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
You did buy one of the goats. If you want to bring it, I mean, I like bringing the goats because they are good extra pack animals that can come down inside of Dwimmermount with us.
Lucky Dwimmermount.
Yeah. And then,
Alright, what are we naming this goat? I think I already named it, but I forgot its name.
Skittles.
you gotta watch the
Bill.
VOD.
Billy.
Barbara.
So that could actually be a double entendre for the name, because both Billy Goat and Billy the Kid.
That's where I was going. I said Billy, not Tony. Fucking cat.
Your cat being named Tony has fucked with me so much. Because
Hey, Tony.
you won't have your camera on and you just be like, "Get the fuck out of here, Tony." And I'm just like, who is he talking to?
You can blame my nephew.
That's awesome.
He's 5 and said his name's Tony. Okay.
And so it shall be. That's awesome.
And so it shall be. And now you have a cat in town.
Yes, I do. So you will not leave me alone.
So you guys make your travels probably just before 10 o'clock. The guards
Everyone's
bid you farewell.
munching on some dwarf biscuits.
Right. Some of them give you kind of knowing looks as you pass through the gate, as you're beginning to recognize more and more of them, specifically the ones who were at the Black Strength
Who showed
House.
up at Fight Club last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like stairs might need to be included in your guys' basic training regimen.
A lot of people falling last night.
Yeah. Whole lot of stairs.
One of them kind of coughs hearing you say that. And your journey to Dwimmermount is fairly uneventful.
You know, all the basilisks are just murdered by goats.
Right? They're fucking dead. It's also the middle of the day. It would be, what, just before 4 o'clock as you arrive? Can I not do math? It would be just before 6.
Well, do we want to go in at night, or you guys want to set up camp outside here and then like rest and then go in first thing in the morning?
I say let's
Maybe.
rest and go first thing in the
We can
morning.
camp, but there's no solar cycle inside, so does it really matter?
Well, if we're gonna wind up getting tired and wanting to rest, I'd rather do it out here than in there. So,
I can't argue with that logic.
like, we just traveled all day. I'd like to sleep before we venture inside if possible. Normally we just make the trip and go down, yeah. But I plan on venturing deeper to find that lab. So,
Yes, he did mention ghouls and more nefarious things.
yeah.
You lot have your weapons silvered, correct? So he looks at the black strands and the Schmidt's brothers.
They just kind of black strands look at each other like, no.
Your sword will do fine.
Unless we run some ghost or worse.
Yeah.
Well, no, the adamantine sword will do fine.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had. All right, bars can protect jars or tars, whichever one he is. I don't know. Anymore.
Screw Tars, what about me? I mean, no offense.
I say this in good faith. You may want to outfit.
Didn't he get a silvered spear?
Yeah, he's got a silvered spear. He can hit things.
I mean, with an outfit.
But oh, he's got the suit on. We put that on him before we left town.
I'm gonna watch the bud. I'm not.
I said we get back to town and suit up, both him and John
Oh,
Jacob. 'cause
okay.
Yeah.
That's right, because he was ready to brawl.
Yeah.
And let's see. Do I have campsites?
Phineas will flip through his scroll book or his spell book. It's like, damn, I should have bought some scrolls in town. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Hey, Raven,
John
what's up?
Jacob, how's
Welcome
your
in.
spell book coming along?
Not great. I've
Here,
I've got a few spells. I've got.
Phineas will hand him his spell book while we're resting. Study up.
So I've gotten mine. He'd show his to you as well if you're sharing yours.
I have invisibility, sleep, magic missile, charm person, and light.
Okay, so I have magic missile and light, but I also have dispel magic and floating disc.
Huh. I don't know that one. How long would it take me to study the spell book to learn that spell Saturday?
I'd even be willing to trade spell for spell, like copy a spell out of my book into your book.
Yeah, I mean, essentially just a couple hours of your time to review it. If you have, an open slot for. Oh, you have extra spell casting now. So, yeah, a couple of hours, 2-3 hours.
I will learn floating disc.
And you study it carefully for the next couple hours, transcribing what you see and what you can understand multiple times. After casting kind of a faint version of it, not expelling your slots or anything, I feel like you have a pretty solid grasp on creating the floating disc.
Takes a swig of his flask. There it is.
I'm going to send you guys a map of level 1 because you've entirely explored it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Is it really 70? So it's 75 megabytes, so you'll just have to view it in Discord.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, that was half a megabyte. So.
Not today. I mean, there are people missing, but it's usually the three of us on Fridays.
Yeah, we've mostly lost formerly DM and who was Wonderbread playing? I can't even remember. It's been too long, guys.
Greybush?
Greybush, thank you. Yeah, one of them has a gaggle of children and the other one's a tree guy, so he goes to bed at like 6 o'clock, like an animal. But each of our party members is actually playing 2 or 3 characters apiece. 4 characters for John Jacob. 5 characters for John Jacob. Because if one of them dies, you just pass it along to the next one. Continue on with your day.
I've technically passed on to the next one without even dying.
No, you can also do
But
that.
that's because that's because Grog is just him. But Grog is also temporary. Grog will eventually get passed back to the orcs to be their war chief, to bring about an era of peace between the humans and orcs. And
We have
and
orcs
that'll
to
allow
conquer
us
the
to have
land.
more orc player characters beyond just Grog.
And John Jacob, the magic user, which one did you transcribe?
Oh, you said you have sleep and what else?
Charm person.
Probably sleep.
It's a good one.
Hey, the maps finally went. Did you look at that?
Hey. Maybe.
Possibly.
It ain't working. Like it.
Well, that kind of tracks, doesn't it?
Yeah,
What if I
the broken
download it?
link.
Yep.
Sometime just after midnight, you see a small party of gnolls emerge from the entrance to Dwimmermount. 3 of them carrying torches. They kind of hunch rather low. They appear to be maybe hunting for something.
Fuck it. I'd offer to let them sit and eat with us. Like a benevolent God King would.
They kind of look up, look at each other. Aye, okay. They sit down and some of them kind of just grab at whatever food they see. They seem particularly hungry. Thank you. Thank you for feeding us. We're out here looking for game. It's become quite sparse in the caves. We dare not go any lower.
Huh. We dare. Come tomorrow. Destiny lies beneath those stairs.
And orcs. Lots of orcs. Other things too. Mostly orcs.
Everyone just kind of looks to Grog.
Yeah, all of them turn their heads. Not like him though. Worse orcs. Not scary
Red?
orcs. Red orcs. Yes, red orcs. They go faster.
Is it because you
So-
have little legs?
Well, he kind of looks down. That's besides the point. I don't like eating orc food. And they taste foul.
Yeah. Well, we have no more to offer you to take back down with you, but at least you can hunt on a full stomach now.
We appreciate it. Some might say it's bad luck, but starving down there.
I mean, bad luck to hunt on a full stomach. I see no sense.
Makes you slow.
Just remember the steps.
The steps. And he kind of looks
Step
back
one.
at Dwimmermount.
Yeah, watch your steps. Otherwise you'll end up like half the town's guard for some reason. They're all battered and bruised. I don't think any of them know how to walk anymore.
Something's in the ale.
The gnolls kind of look at each other, like contemplating an attack on Muntberg. You just see their eyes kind of glaze over as they realize they'll probably die in droves.
I just imagine them bringing like fucking hordes of steps on wheels to assault the town.
Don't forget the steps. No.
And they're just standing at the top. We found your weakness. You'll never catch us up here.
Just roll a
just
staircase
rip it
up to
outright.
the wall.
Just arrows.
Is there a time at all ever in medieval combat where they just rolled a bunch of staircases up? Like, fuck climbing the ladders, somebody could kick that over. Just a massive
Yeah,
artillery.
they had
The
the siege towers.
Yeah, they're called siege towers Saturday.
No, but I don't mean a siege tower. I mean just a fucking staircase. Like, they just
No,
run
because that's a bad idea.
covered in oil,
Um,
burning in droves. Oh no.
I, I'm sure that they've built up berms on the sides of walls to charge up in droves.
No, it wouldn't protect you from the oil. Yeah, right. Oh man, that would be bad. I mean, somebody must have tried it once, right?
It couldn't be bad. What's the worst that could happen?
You burn alive, covered in oil.
Oh,
Well, what's the best thing that can happen?
It works.
yeah, like what are you looking for with answers here, Beast Wars?
Oh man. So the Knolls get up, thank you, and continue on their way.
Remember the steps. They'll be dead by the morning.
It's like
Well, at least whatever they're hunting will be well fed.
You just hear howling in the distance.
oh man.
So, after a well-deserved night's sleep, you awake pretty well rested. It's early enough, just as the sun begins to rise. There's no sign of the Knolls, and none of you had noticed if they did return or not.
Well, Phineas will make some coffee. Put a shot of the refined Azoth in his own cup. Hot toddy, anybody?
Yeah.
No? Oh. I
Uh-uh.
guess. I'll slip you some.
Oh, I thought you meant coffee.
Oh, yes, coffee. Yes, and he'll put the Azoth back in his quote pouch. Yes, of course. Here. Persuade his share.
Phineas permanently loses 1 point at random of an ability score.
Oh no.
Gonna roll a d6 and just go down the line. Strength is now -1. Not the modifier, but yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it might be.
now at a 10.
Okay.
Okay. You got 2 more to go before you -1.
If reduced to 0,
I'm a magic user, Raven, so I'm not worried about it. I am worried about other stuff being down.
let me know as we persist with this if any of your stats are reduced to 0.
Yep.
You die.
No,
Either I'm going to become a god doing this, or I'm going to kill myself.
it won't kill him, so that's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, last time I drank it, I got an extra spell for the day. So, it could be really good or really bad.
Yeah.
I've gotten an extra D4 hit dice out of it,
You said lose 1, and I thought you meant health. It's like, oh no.
or hit points. Not hit
No,
dice.
hit points
Here
would have
goes
been
my level
terrible.
up.
Yeah. Incredibly dangerous.
You lose 4 health points.
Fuck.
Guys, I'm retiring.
You can always do that.
Official glass cannon at 1 health point.
So, where to?
Into Dwimmermount.
Taking the main entrance?
Why not? Makes it easier to hit the statues.
Well,
Yeah.
there's that. Oh, I keep forgetting I have to edit this file.
So we go to the blank space between the 2 torches. Pray to Hopperkin.
Okay.
Not Taylor Swift. Hofferkin.
What happens if we do pray to Taylor Swift? Just curious.
The upside is you're not dead yet. Hofferknunger grants you a +1 bonus to your constitution for 24 hours. And are you taking the Blessing of Tyke as well?
Yeah, why not?
So
+2 to all saves.
yeah. And from your map, you would know that there is a entrance to the second level in the east,
You go south.
or yeah, to the southwest.
We gotta go south down this main hallway, and then we go either west or east at the intersection, where the head of Cars Carmax has been resevered. Are we gonna do a Simpsons and cut the head off the statue? So it'd
Can't
probably
even-
it's gonna be easier if we go east at the statue, because then we just gotta go, through the 2 doorways to the staircase. A little more walking if we go west.
I can't even cast invisibility. I don't know why I have that on here. That's second level. I must have been reading out the wrong spell list. So invisibility is now a shield. Because I would have gotten that from my level 3 level up. And we'll hope that doesn't fuck me over later. Oh wait, hold on, that's the cleric list.
It's in my
First level magical spells.
oh, my Wi-Fi's off.
Huh.
Oh, that's why, because they look like they're... Okay. That's why I did that. This PDF is formatted very non-linear.
There's always something to title. Needs it. So, were you guys going to do anything to the statue, or?
No, I think we're just gonna leave her.
Can you To the east.
To the east, yeah.
East. I thought you said the east.
Try turning it to W for Wumbo.
Pass through the antechamber that was. Is that looking at the that was haunted by the Thilian ghosts, and into the Hall of Memories, where you had seen the depictions of the soldiers standing ready for combat, as well as fighting red elves, fighting within the corridors of Dwimmermount. Lots of fighting.
Fight.
And you proceed down the staircase. You've pushed 2 minutes. Yeah, buddy, let's go.
Second level does exist. I'm gonna tell you there's more than one floor.
We did tell you there was more than one floor. We just didn't believe him.
I still don't believe it.
I mean, sometimes
Not
it takes a
on
while
the
to
floor.
warm yourselves up, you know? Sometimes 15 episodes. You never know.
15 episodes, like 3 levels. What?
Right?
I haven't even leveled up yet.
Well, that sounds like a skill issue.
I mean, he's right, you know.
Yeah.
As you descend down the stairs, you hear the voices of what you can only assume is several orcs standing in the room just below you. The walls of the circular room have numerous steel hooks. Some of them have weapons and shields hung on them. Who's going to peer down first?
Well, probably John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Because he can get down the stairs without going clank, 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 clank. You know, because he's wearing hide. Because he's rogue. That's a lie. It's his first set. He's a thief.
And he sees 5 orcs. They're clad in studded leather armor, wielding battle axes. They don't seem to notice you. They're kind of talking and arguing amongst themselves. Their voices are much too loud to hear John Jacob's footsteps as he makes his way down the staircase.
Nice. Well, I guess he would go back up the stairs and tell him there's 5 of the red orcs down there. They look like they're kind of ready for combat, but we could probably take them.
You want to do this the easy way or the fun way?
Porque no los dos. Are they red?
I don't know what that means. I know what it means. Phineas doesn't.
Sorry, that's a Jingleheimer expression for why not both?
Oh, because they'll be asleep.
Oh. Yeah, that wouldn't be much fun. You know, hold on to that because that could be very useful later.
Phineas will pull out his mirror. Okay, I'm ready. Greatest magic user in Mudburg.
It's true.
You don't even have a bow, do you?
No. Shit, I can use a bow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
I'm
got a
working
short
on
bow.
I didn't know that. I just been throwing rocks at people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the cheap alternative, but I picked up a short bow. At least like doubles your range.
I don't have any arrows.
Believe it or not, you can buy those too.
Oh, sure, let me just go talk to the dungeon merchant over here in the corner.
I meant like
I mean, I have 54 on me.
in Muntberg.
And then he'll turn to Lars. I'll trade you. You can have this spear.
I'll take it and then I'll toss you over 24 arrows.
Cool.
That's about half my earnings.
About 2 dozen.
What's the damage on the short bow?
1d6.
It's much better than throwing rocks at people.
Yes.
How much is a spear? 1d6, right?
Yep. It's just a regular spear, nothing fancy.
Yep.
I'm probably still going to throw rocks at people.
So, I probably would have left John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt and John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, fighter, and the caster back behind. Since the rogue is already down here sneaking around, scouting for us.
So you've got the cleric, the rogue, and the orc.
And Grog, yeah. The Grog.
So how do you approach?
Clank, 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 clank. Clatter our happy asses down the stairs. There's no real good
Fair
way
enough.
to approach it otherwise.
And two of the orcs immediately turn. Who goes there?
Brothers Jingleheimer Schmidt and adventuring party.
It's like food.
I can assure that I taste nothing like what you think I do. And I'll have Josephine shine the lantern in my mirror and as I try to blind them.
So this is when you make a choice of whether you want to live today or not. Grog says.
Smells like food. What the hell are you greenskins doing with these humans? Little one, go fetch the others. It's time to eat. Initiative. One of the orcs begins to move away.
We are on 9.
I highly doubt. Yep, 6.
I rolled a 6. And Grog has +3 because he's got 18 dex.
Yeah, he does.
The motherfucker's got 18s everywhere, dude. Like, it's ridiculous.
Sure. Stats.
I'm only slightly bummed that I didn't get to roll my percentile for his strength to see just how strong he was on the 8. But, you know, all of those stats are, like, not incorporated. Just said, matter. It's been to a plus 3. First, it used to be fucking in depth. If you got to 18 strength with your fighter, you got to roll, or you had to like scale it up through different percentiles of the 18th strength level, and each of those percentiles would have different like 2-hit bonuses, different damage bonuses, different weight allowance bonuses, different bend bars and lift gates bonuses, different chances to open different types of doors and stuff. Like, I mean, each point had different, you know, values for each of these things, but between 18 and 19, there are like 5 different steps.
You guys have the upper hand on the group of orcs.
So the one that's trying to run off is is gonna get a spear shoved through him.
You throwing it?
Kurt, you know what? Why the fuck not? Grog's gonna throw his spear at it.
Okay.
17, 21.
That'll hit him.
Okay. Fucking hope so. For 8 damage.
And you hear a thud and a crack as it hits him square in the spine. He kind of twitches and falls flat on the ground, clearly perishing.
Pins him to the ground. He's
The one that sent him off, I'm going to shine my mirror at his face to
Okay.
attempt to blind him. Josephine, light! Wait, there it is.
And And he
Yeah.
puts his hands up just in time.
Lars and Tars are gonna go charging the one that BC was trying to block. And Tars got a 21 to hit, and Lars got a 21 to hit, and Tars got a 6.
Lars hits, and Tars is a little far to the left.
7 damage.
And what are you hitting him with?
Adamantium longsword.
And as he pulls his hands up to block the light, you cleave down, taking off both of his hands, dropping your longsword into his neck through his clavicle. It opens him up kind of like a tuna can, and he begins to fall to the ground.
a really, really bloody tuna can.
Yeah.
It almost smells as bad, too.
Almost. Not quite as bad.
I love canned tuna. There's something wrong with me.
Well, you live in California, so.
I also like sardines and other nasty shit. You know, I was born right by the ocean, so who knows.
I mean, I like sardines too.
Balrog bursts through the door and slaps Lars. The fuck? Oh, thank you, Psycho. John Jacob.
Yeah, I'm gonna step up and swing at one of the next guys here with the hammer. And
Love sardines, but not tuna in a can. Really?
and
I
Hofferkanunga
guess I could get
smites
that.
thee.
It's definitely quite a different flavor profile. Tuna in a can was my struggle food, you know?
I don't think 7 is gonna hit you.
Nope. You swung a little early to hit him with that one.
So Hofferkanunga is not so big on smiting. We've learned. I really got to get this head crafted into a goat head.
It's truly praise,
The door-
Hofferkanunga.
Well, because then I can just go "Bah!" as I swing the hammer at people, and then, like, it's a goat headbutt.
Plus 10.
I mean, if you're gonna call it that, I'll take it.
No, but it should
I
be.
didn't-
Damn rules. I can't
I
do
was-
anything,
I was
guys.
I was about to say, I didn't hear him say no.
And chicken.
And actually, it's funny because in the beginning of the first edition rule books, there's a section that actually our other Friday night DM, BC and I would play at, has that circled in like every DMG that he has, circled, highlighted. It says I'm paraphrasing, but it's something to the effect of the rules contained within these books are set forth as guidelines for you to, have fun with. That being said, they're guidelines. If you disagree with the way it's written, then don't use that part, like make it up on your own. At the end of the day, it's supposed to be your game.
Yep.
We just put together what we think works really well. So yeah, if you want the goat head to have plus 10 because they go "Bah!" and worship a goat god, then go for it Saturday.
Yep.
Go to
This
war.
one, Dungeons
Go
and
for it, yeah.
Dragons, the fantasy adventure game. I'm not going to say the acronym because they changed it with good reason. While the material in this booklet is referred to as the rules, that is not really correct. Anything in this booklet and other D&D booklets, booklet. You hear me, wizards? Booklet. Should be thought of as changeable. Anything, that is, that the dungeon master or referee thinks should be changed. Are we supposed to be playing with a ref? It's probably a good idea.
The dungeon master is also known as the referee. In older games like Chainmail, which was a predecessor to D&D, it was called the referee.
Yep. Chainmail days. I won't
God,
subject you guys to that. It's pretty brutal.
My nerd is showing. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. Trust me. I know all about chainmail. Formerly DM has tried many a time. This is
Oh God.
This is as ancient a text as I will have.
Yeah, no chainmail, thank you.
It says all of this material has been carefully thought out and play tested. However, if playing the rules as written for a while, you or your referee think that something should be changed, first think about how the changes will affect the game, and then go ahead. The purpose of the rules is to provide guidelines that enable you to play and, more importantly, have fun. So don't feel bound to them.
That's actually what it is. Like, that's verbatim what is in the DMG.
Yep.
But he has that highlighted and circled in every one of them because we have people that like to come out to game and they're like, well, yeah, but here it says this, this, and this, and he'll be like, yeah. And here it says I can ignore that.
I would like to point out that on this specific edition we've been using for years, formerly DM informed me, do not write in it, do not highlight, and do not, what do you call it?
Earmark?
Earmark the pages. But if you look at it...
The pages are falling out.
Like, bro, okay, yeah, I won't damage it. Don't worry.
I mean, it's not. He doesn't want it any more damage than it is. I mean, makes sense because it's Dwimmermount.
It's true. Dog ear. Thank you. Thank you. I was thinking dovetail, but that's like carpentry. My brain's still at work. It's a problem. My brain's still working. Maybe that's the problem. Anytime, yeah. Thank you. Raven is our honorary referee. Did the rogue attack?
No. He's holding the lantern. Because, we can't see in the dark.
One of the orcs is holding a torch. Jesus Christ. So it's dimly lit.
Well, I mean, I'm still holding the lantern.
Oh, okay.
Thief.
In that case, one of the orcs to the left of Lars and Tars will strike at Tars. Does a 19 hit?
Nope.
Oh, that's
Needed
right.
Oh.
21.
Oh, he would toss his spear that he has to Grog, however.
He does only have a +1, so you got very lucky. Another one of them will move at John Jacob, the one that you attempted to fight.
Mm-hmm.
That one is dead. I'm assuming a 19 doesn't hit.
Oh.
Very good. And the other one will lurch over, trying to swing his battle axe at John Jacob. 21.
21 on the money.
Dealing 4 damage to John Jacob. The axe cuts down kind of into your elbow, forcing you to kind of lean to the side.
Ooh, that's my new target there.
And it's back to you.
I'll
Well,
show you the fury of Hofferkanunger. Bonk. Does a 13 hit?
Just narrowly misses.
Oof.
Slides off of his armor as he attempts to move out of the way of your mighty hammer. Oh wait,
Grog is then gonna take
yeah, he has. Does he have a mace?
The hammer.
That's right.
the hammer again. And Grog is gonna take his adopted brother's spear, and with a 22,
That'll get
sorry,
him.
with a 22, he's gonna stab through that guy's neck. Because he did 7 damage.
And it pierces his throat through and through. I know there's another word for it, but essentially decapitating him because it's cut through his spine.
Oh.
And he just kind of hangs there limp on the end of the spear as he pulls it out, dropping him to the floor. The orcs still look fearless. They don't seem like they're going to attempt to flee.
first time for everything. Magic missile. And Phineas will shoot him with the short bow. 16.
That hits.
3 damage.
I just see him like shooting it like fucking what's the Lord's name? He's trapped in the tower in Monty Python. It's like
Ah!
it's just little.
Pretty much.
Just drops it. So it pierces him kind of in the gut, and he lurches over, raising his battle axe to strike again.
Beastport.
Oh, I rolled a 16 and a 8 to hit.
The 16 hits, the 8, so misses far to the left.
Lars, yeah, Tars is not on his best game today. What it is.
Need some more of that coffee that Phineas had.
Yeah,
He didn't take any of my coffee.
and
the
4
regular
damage. The adamantium sword. Adamantium? Adamantium?
Ante, whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
It's your sword. And
That
you
one.
strike down another orc with your adamantine blade. He drops
Let's
like
go.
a sack of potatoes under his own weight. And was Josephine with you? Did you want her to do anything? She's holding a torch.
She's holding the lantern.
Okay.
Grog has the spear in his hand still, right?
Mm-hmm. He didn't let go of the.
Damn.
Why?
I was gonna give him a weapon.
Oh.
Yeah, what does Grog do?
He stabbed the guy through the neck.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I mean, yeah, I guess if someone has a weapon being proffered to him, he would have just left the spear in the guy's neck.
I hand him one of the 2-foot tie-dye dildos.
Thank you, Hailstorm, for desecrating our old school campaign.
All right, so it's your turn. Make your move.
Hey,
Are you gonna attack the giant orc who's, killed 2 of your buddies and now is holding a massive dildo threateningly at you?
he kind of ducks, attempting to dodge the loose dildo.
Two-foot tie-dye dildo. It is a bad dragon in all
Awesome.
shapes.
Thank you, Beastie. And
damn it.
swings up kind of low on Grog. How many hit points does Grog have?
Not a whole lot, actually.
He has 1 HP.
He's got 9.
More than
Dealing 8 damage to Grog, catching him
Oof.
kind of in the groin with a battle axe.
Yeah, I'm not touching that, says Josephine. Then realize that she's the only cleric down here in size.
No, she's not.
Lars is a cleric.
So is John Jacob Jingle Hammerschmidt.
Then she doesn't say anything else after that.
I'm not touching that. Is that back to us, though?
Yeah, back to you guys.
John Jacob Jingle Hammerschmidt's gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on Grog, because ouch.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, did I just kill the orc? I actually feel bad.
Yeah, no, that was a dick move.
I didn't think I'd fucking crit him.
Yeah, but that was a move on the dick, so it was a dick move.
Yeah. It's the only spot he's not wearing armor. Caught him between the cod piece.
It's wearing a suit armor. It's like a full suit. Okay, so
Your
it's
legs
8
gotta
plus
move.
1.
Okay, so he's
Yeah,
back to
fair.
full.
Yeah, back up to full. Like it never happened. But he's still like remembers that it happened. So 19 to hit you. What damage does this
That is up to Saturday.
What did you give him again? Oh, never mind.
Two-
I'm,
yeah,
2-foot tie-dye dildo.
bad dragon style.
are you dual wielding it?
I've only got the one.
Or, I mean,
Are you two-handing it?
two-handing it? Sorry.
Well, I mean, technically,
1d8.
okay. Don't let me down.
Thank you,
Roll
Psycho.
high again.
Welcome in,
6, 7, 8, 9.
9 damage.
Yeah.
And you clobber him so hard in the side of the
No.
head.
No. If this ends him, what happens? Like he shoves the spear through the other guy's neck, sees the giant dildo, lets go of the spear, grabs the dildo, and is gonna like one-handed club it. The dude hits him in the nuts with the axe. He just chucks his shield to the ground, grabs the dude by the throat, picks him up, and shoves all 2 feet of it down his throat.
Thank you for the sub, Hailstorm. Thank you for the tier
Perfect
3
timing.
sub,
Perfect
Hailstorm.
timing.
Yeah, they're making use of your weapon.
I just buried one of them to the hilt in this orc's mouth.
He gags as he dies. He begins to
God.
suffocate. He can't. He's like cutting his own face with his claws. I don't know. Do orcs have claws?
He's got
Just-
nails, like fingernails,
Yeah.
claws, like.
Yeah, he's just tearing at his own face until he ultimately suffocates.
Asphyxiates. Talk about erotic asphyxiation.
Yeah. There are 5 dead orcs. Thank you, Beastie.
Yep.
There are 5 dead orcs. So, most of the leather armor is damaged, except for the one that was stabbed
Choked to
in the
death.
neck, and the one that choked to death on a bad dragon. And there's 5 battle axes. So
I'm going to retrieve my arrow. Orc's gut.
okay.
Grog's gonna pull it out and hand it back to Phineas.
I feel you'll get much more, friend. Plus, I have an extra one. We're twins now, and he touches tips. And puts it back in his belt.
Oh,
Grog will
God.
actually take that as like a solemn like yeah, he's already been adopted into one family just like on a whim like that. So like he now views Phineas as a brother.
Yes.
Like
There's only 2 ways that can go, really. So
now he's just gonna like out there someday. We're twins now, and just boop. It's a human custom. I don't know.
Formerly DM's gonna be so disappointed in me.
What if you let it become fun?
D&D. Dungeons and dildos. I mean dragons.
Fucking Cars
I mean,
Carmax is just gonna have one stuck to the top of his head, turning him into a fucking unicorn. Jesus
Why haven't we done that yet?
Christ. Hey, you're
we
welcome.
only have 2.
Oh god.
That guy in the mask was right. These would be useful. I did need these.
John Jacobs and Hammerschmidt's gonna grab his spear back. Grog is gonna grab his silvered spear. Actually, he's probably gonna check out these battle axes too.
We've had the campsite music on the whole time. What am I doing? Very
There you go,
distracted over
Hailstorm.
here.
Hailstorm.
There you go, Hailstorm. D&DD. Dungeons and Dragon Dildos.
What if I become?
You let us in here.
Yep, I invited you in.
We could just do D&BDs.
Degenerate vampires, you.
Dungeons and Bad Dragons.
So it's the Amaranth stream now.
Daddy, please.
Where's my inflatable pool and my pickle Rick?
Oh, great! Odin's Raven!
I have no idea why it's doubling up again. Okay, fucking around with it now. Well, I'm a big fan of adult content. So send away. So you guys loot the bodies.
And before Saturday's inbox is full of toe picks.
I will send you a toe pick back. For every toe pick I receive, I'll have you know.
I'll help with the bodies.
What have I done?
It's like, I've just made a promise. I don't know if I'm ready to commit.
I'm gonna keep the promise. I'm just gonna have a bad time doing it. So the hallway extends to the east and to the west. There's a door
Loot the bodies.
to the north in each side. Yeah. So you have 2 orc-sized sets of studded leather. I guess I could roll some shit for the.
I'll leave those. I can't work.
You find some buttons made out of bone and a old sausage that was in one of their pockets.
I'll
You
take
find
Pocket sausage.
That's what it's written down.
wrapped up in kind of a rough leather. You find a entirely unused block of soap, a salted fish, a wedge of cheese, 10 gold on one of them, and 92 silver pieces. 5 gold
I'm writing the soap and cheese.
and 29 silver pieces on another one. Oh, and a flask of water that they seem to be sharing. It's kind of rough. It certainly didn't come from outside.
Is it moon water?
It's pretty disgusting. It's orc
Not
water.
moon water. Alright, well, should,
Oh, and a potion of
Alright.
healing.
oh, nice.
Saving the best for last.
Which way will it be, boys? If we go... Which way is north on this map? Up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming there's more orcs to the east based on the fact that the little one is running that way.
Yeah.
So that was definitely more dangerous than the others, for sure. So keep that in mind. Fair decision. Oh, I'm not going that way. I'm just stating that.
How much does Battle X do?
D8.
Yeah. Grog's actually gonna grab 2 of those.
Should we head west or north? Or find the
Uh,
rest of these orcs and go east?
should probably go west to start.
It extends 40 feet and turns to the north.
Continue around north.
Do we see the door there? Or is that a bookshelf?
It's a door. There's a door here. That door's not actually supposed to be there. It's a door.
Okay, well then I ignore that and we'll go around the then, I guess.
There's a door. I mean,
It's not there. It's there on the map, but it's not there in game.
Sorry, the one to the north right here, that one's here. This one is a mistake.
okay. Well then, yeah, the one that's there. Let me go ahead and check it. Locked.
When you check the door, it appears to be unlocked.
Whew! Ought 9 to find and remove traps.
Okay.
Does it store trap?
It appears as you turn the handle, you note that it's unlocked, but some sort of mechanism seems to be clicking past the locking mechanism. You can't see anything on the outside, but you glean that something might be waiting on the inside.
Okay. Hmm.
You do.
So, can I fit my knife between the door and the frame?
Yeah, you certainly could.
He would put the knife up over the latch, and he has Grog slam down on the handle to break the knife through the latch, so you don't have to turn the doorknob to open it, which should effectively bypass whatever that trap mechanism is.
Okay. And With two hands, Grog slams down onto the handle of the knife, cracking it through. And it appears to have worked.
Door should now swing free on the hinges.
Yep, it's kind of loosely sitting in place at this point.
John Jacob Jingleheimerschmidt's going to open the door.
Okay. You open the door, and as he peers up, you can see where several metal prongs would have released a series of blades.
Yeah, that would have hurt.
As you look inside, the floor of the room seems entirely covered in a fine white sand.
Phineas will pick some up and investigate it, sniffing it.
Description.
Never mind.
The room
Well, then I will not see
contains
if it's spelled.
several shelving units bolted to the walls. Most of the shelves are completely empty. A few have ceramic jars filled with different colored liquids on them. There's a blue, a green, a yellow, and a red. There are blue, green, yellow, and red jars. There is a total of 8 of them, 2 of each.
Probably take those back to the alchemist to be identified. I wouldn't suggest smelling any of them.
Probably not.
So I will hold on to those and give them to one of my followers to carry. Don't break those. And if you do, stay well away from everybody else. So I don't know what'll happen.
The room appears to be some sort of storeroom. There is another doorway to the north in this room.
Okay. Well, let's check it again. Let's see if we can get anything good for the finally remove traps. 40. I honestly don't. Oh, this is probably a fail. Finally remove first level.
So, in checking the door, you're unable to tell if it was trapped or not on this side. However, you note that it is locked from the inside.
Well, let's try to unlock it, shall we?
You can unlock it easily.
Unlock it. Done.
And you turn the bolt, it unlocks.
Nice.
Do you open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Directly to the north, you see another door, as well as a long corridor leading out of view of your light to the west. There appears to be another corridor turning to the north. Becomes a mimic, right?
What do you think, Lars? Should we keep going up or west?
I think we should continue west.
West it is.
So you head down the hallway. There's a hallway leading to the north. And at the end of this hall, it turns again to the north.
Let's say we take the second one.
As you
At
peer
the end
in,
of the hall.
while you pass this one, you can see kind of an open area. You would note that the tiling on the floor is substantially nicer than the cobblestone in the rest of the hallway,
Suspicious.
but you can't quite see into it in the darkness.
Should we investigate? I mean, clearly they didn't put those tiles down for no reason,
Right.
or it's a death trap. But I also don't think the builders had this place being infested with monsters, so there could be something good up there.
No, it looks fine, man. 145. Again, probably a fail. 1.5 remove traps.
Yeah, you don't seem to notice if any of the tiles or the ceiling are trapped in any way.
Phineas will cast rock and skip a rock down the hallway like you would across water.
Okay, you successfully skip the rock into the hall. You hear it ting off of a metal object and come to a rest. Nothing else stirs in the room.
Looks safe to me.
Right? That's what I'm saying, man. I told you it looks safe.
Sorry, I doubted you.
Yeah.
After you.
Steps forward.
Okay,
All 3 of his hit points.
you proceed down the hallway. What you see in the room
Is the rock that Phineas skipped.
Yeah, you see the rock. It's a circular room containing a large, right about 10 foot in diameter, orrery. It appears to have been crafted with a very
Is it-
fine dwarven steel and lacquered oak.
Is it Vidalcan or chromatic?
Probably chromatic. The device is Phineas and John Jacob, the magic user, would recognize it to be a scale model of Teleria.
Is he down here or is he with?
Nope, he's outside.
Oh,
So you noticed it, Phineas, but
Okay, that's.
he's going to be so mad that he wasn't here to see this.
it depicts the planet as well as the moon Ioun and other planets that are around it in the solar system. All of this is enclosed in a transparent sphere. Sitting on top are numerous golden symbols, or kind of circling the top are golden symbols, which you would recognize as some of the stars in the night sky. Situated on the outside of the sphere are tiny representations of castles and fortresses. They all seem to have markings associating them with other stars and symbols. There's about a dozen in total. It appears that at one point the entire piece rotated, but it seems that the power source that it had has long since been depleted. It's bolted to the floor and seems incredibly heavy. The side, kind of on the lower side, is a large hatch, which John Jacob the Thief would recognize to have basically a small lock mounted on the face of it.
It's an
It
access hatch.
appears to be no, it appears to be some sort of fuel cylinder.
Hmm.
You're not sure whether wood was burnt in it or something else.
Hmm.
I wonder. Can we pop that hatch, perhaps?
Probably Azoth.
I was thinking the same.
No, in this dungeon. Yeah, hatch is popped.
Okay. You successfully pick the lock, and inside you see an empty, clear cylinder. It's got a metal cap on the top and bottom, and some residue of kind of a dark green substance in the bottom.
Well, this is gonna go really well or really bad, and he'll pop the top off and pour some of the refined azoth in there and close it.
As you attempt to pry the top off, the cylinder shatters.
Oops, I broke it.
Fuck, Thaddeus. Again?
Well, then you do the next one.
Is there going to be a next one?
Residue
Oh,
at the
that
bottom
attitude.
is all but a fine dust.
All right.
I'm gonna empty out my tinder box and put that dust in there. This could be useful later.
I would do my best to collect the parts of the cylinder and put them in one of the goat's saddlebags.
Note that as you make your way around the orrery in the far, or against the far northern wall, are 3 other cylinders emptied and stacked in place.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go, Lars. You try to open it, since you're so good at it.
Alright, then I'll try to do it. What do I roll?
Just tell me how.
So what does it look like again? Just
Imagine like a
level 2.
AA battery, but it's clear. It's capped with kind of a copper color cap on the top and bottom. And because they were laid on their side, the green substance is kind of against the clear material side.
He'll try to just twist off the top.
It doesn't seem to budge.
Turn it the other way.
I'll try to twist it the other way.
Still no movement. It doesn't feel like it scooted one way or the other.
Maybe I gotta pull the top. I'll try that. Pull it off.
And you go to pull the top off, and the top half of the cylinder shatters.
Oops. Well, doesn't open with brute force like that.
Oh, we got 2 more. I think we should put one of the intact ones and bring it back to our woods.
Mm-hmm.
So So twisting it and pulling it doesn't work.
Oh, contraire. Wait, what?
Tell me how to live.
Right.
Maybe if we push it in, like that.
As Phineas goes to push on the sides and examine them, you see on each side where there's been almost a dime-sized circle that appears to have been cut and welded multiple times.
I poked the thing that you described.
Doesn't seem to budge.
That's a twist, like a knob.
No, it's basically flat with the surface, almost like it's been grinded after the weld. The welding's very minimal, but it appears it's been done several times on each side.
I wonder if they sealed the opening mechanism underneath.
As you ponder it, I think we're going to wrap it up there. So when we return, you guys can... You were going to take both of those with you? Or leave them here to take out? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna take one of this.
So you can mark 2 Vitrium cylinders. The clear material is the Vitrium.
Do you want to put those down, Prof?
Yeah, I'll
During
put
the
'em down.
goats? Yeah.
Do we know anybody D&D right now? Let's see.
Tabletop.
Fat 90s
That
guy
90s guy is on.
Oh, is he?
Fuska is on. I think Robert is a rerun. It says live.
Yeah, he's
Corner.
been doing a bunch of them. I think we'll raid Fat 90s
I can't
guy.
tell anymore.
Right? He's been on that for like, what, almost 2 weeks now? Good on him.
Yeah.
You know, he's holding the viewership, but... I think last I heard, I think they're like gearing up to continue a campaign or start something new. I think they're continuing like a new season, so we might be doing this in the meantime.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
So tomorrow, are we finally gonna kill this fucking bitch?
Finally, yes, we will return
Finally.
tomorrow for the everlasting one shot, 6 o'clock Pacific time. Rain or shine, Saturday or not, be here. Otherwise, we'll be back next
Going to be
Wednesday for... What are we calling that campaign?
Not another one shot.
Not another one shot.
I think.
So much for a one shot.
So much for a one shot.
It'll be episode
Is
4.
this how you one shot?
Yeah, I forgot how to one shot.
No, that'll be the Frog campaign.
Right?
Kappa.
Our frog got how to one shot.
Campaign.
Oh no.
Oh, we got 3 seconds. Bye, guys.
Perfect.
Bye.
Bye.
I forgot.
Alright. How to one shot.
Oh, man.